Cubs Classics, proudly presented by Prevagen. Time to relive another chapter in Cubs history.
Hello again, everybody. The Steve Stone and Dwayne Stats, Harry Carey at Riverfront Stadium are ready to play baseball. Here are the lineups for you. For the Chicago Cubs, Jerome Walton in center, Sandberg at second, Smith in left, Grace at first, Dawson in right, Berryhill catching, Law the third baseman, Dunston at short, and Sutcliffe shooting for his 13th win of the year, the pitcher. For the Cincinnati Reds, Whittingham's in right, Richardson at short, Davis in center, Griffey in left, Bensinger at first, Quinones at third, Reed the catcher, Oster at second base, and Ron Robinson, who's won 2 and lost 1, with a brilliant earned run average of 1.89, will be the pitcher. There are the umpires, Jerry Crawford. Behind the plate, his dad was Shags Crawford, is Shags Crawford. First base, Charlie Williams, Bill Hahn at second, and Joe West at third. And we're ready to go.
Ron Robinson used to be a flamethrower. As far back as 1986, he threw the ball as hard as anybody in the league. As you look at how they'll line up defensively behind him, Ron Robinson averaged 9 strikeouts per 9 innings in 1986 while winning 10 games out of the bullpen for the Reds. But he had some arm problems. In fact, a lot of arm problems. He's had 3 elbow operations, the latest March 31st of this year. He still throws his slider. He still throws his curveball. The fastball is not overpowering. He's making his 7th start for the Reds since coming off the disabled list, and he's been tough, although he hasn't gone much past the 6th inning. So they look for some early relief for him, but he can be tough if he gets the breaking ball over the plate, and you'll know early just how effective it's going to be if he's throwing strikes with it.
Well, we have good news right off the bat. San Diego defeated the New York Mets this afternoon. The Mets are 4 games on the lost side behind the Cubs. Here's Jerome trying for the 27th straight game. He bunts down the first base line. He may beat it. He does. The ball gets away now. He's trying for second. Here's the throw. He's in there. He has hit safely in his 27th straight game. Holy cow. He beat the pitcher in a race for the bag.
Once you get it by the pitcher, in this case Ron Robinson, then you just have to outrun him. The only play for Bensinger is to try to lead Robinson. He's got no shot at getting to this one. The closest man to the ball is Charlie Williams. And then Robinson has to make the off-balance play, so it's a hit and an error, and the Cubs in business in the first. What a play by Jerome Walton, who does this as well as anybody in the league.
That's a 13th bunt hit that he has this year. The error is charged to Bensinger, the first baseman. Look at Robinson's off-balance throw. All right, the Cubs started 27th game in a row for Jerome Walton. That's the longest hitting streak in the last 2 years in Major League. Here's Sandberg now, 1 out of 7 in the series. That's a 21st infield hit for Walton. His 13th bunt single. The pitch inside, ball 1.
Ron Robinson 0-2 against the Cubs lifetime, his ERA 3.06. Rick Sutcliffe has had wonderful results against the Reds. He's 11-3 lifetime against Cincinnati, including 1-0 this year. So the odds favor the Cubs.
Now ready, Robinson gets set. 26-year-old right-hander. Ground ball to the second baseman. Walton will advance to third as Oster throws out Sandberg. The ball sharply hit, and that brings up Dwight Smith. He's 1 out of 7 in the series. That one hit was a home run.
Gone are the days when Ron Robinson can blow you away. The 3 elbow surgeries took care of that. He still has a good enough breaking ball to get you, but more times than not, National League hitters are making some contact, and the Reds are going to concede the run if Smith can hit it on the ground to anybody but third baseman Luis Quinones.
There's a strike call right in there. 0-1 the count. Dwight Smith trying to drive in its 39th run of the year. Well, he tried to check his swing, it seemed like, and he fouled the pitch off, and now he's in a hole on 2. He's 6 out of 16 against Cincinnati pitching. Mark Grace is next. 0-2 the count.
In this situation, most hitters like to shorten their stroke, come up on the bat a little bit, and just try to put the ball in play because they know that most any contact gets you a run.
0-2 the count. Dwight Smith waiting. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Robinson, a big 33 on the back of his uniform. Big guy, 26 years old. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball 2. Boy, Walton ready to break for the plate if he made any kind of contact. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's Rick Sutcliffe. Ball 3. 3-2. And here's a big pitch. Runner at third, 1 out. Dwight Smith hitting .312. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swings a foul ball out of play into the stands behind third base.
Ron Robinson was another of the Cincinnati farmhands that made it to the major leagues. He was a #1 draft choice in the regular phase of the June 1980 draft. And for a while, they tried to make him a full-time reliever. That lasted right up until 1986 when he became a part-time starter.
Here's a pitch fouled again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Robinson's 0-2 during his career against the Cubs. And Sutcliffe has an outstanding record against Cincinnati. 11-3 during his lifetime. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball, foul down the first baseline. Boy, he'd have had a hit on that. And Charlie Williams a little undecided, even though he's standing right on the first baseline.
Harry, it looked like a fair ball, and we'll take another look at it. Dwight Smith thought it was fair, and this would have produced a run. You can see it right here. It's past the bag. Very close.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Walton, a runner at third. Foul again. And the boys stay alive up there. 3-2. In case you joined us late, Jerome Walton pushed a bunt. Passed the mound, beat it out, went to second on the wild throw by the first baseman Bensinger. He now is hit safely in 27 straight games.
Probably be a good omen if the Cubs scored in the first inning. They've done it the first 2 nights, and they've won both games.
There, they'll score. Ground ball down to Oster over the first. And 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. And Smith drives in his 39th run, and he really battled for that one.
Dwight Smith gets the job done. That's all you need is some contact with the infield back, and Pete Rose wanted to stay out of the big inning, so he conceded the run to the Cubs, hoping that Robinson would strike out Smith. He didn't do it, and the Cubs on top once again.
Mark Grace swung and he missed. Watch his play again. Ground ball down to Oster. No doubt the run's going to score, and it does. That evens the count. A ball and a strike. Andre Dawson's next. The next hit Dawson gets will be the 2,000th of his career. Fouled it out of play. He has 1,999 hits. Boy, you can imagine what a great job Pete Rose did piling up, breaking Ty Cobb's record over 4,000. When a great star like Dawson going for his 2,000th hit tonight.
Harry, we talked last night about Nolan Ryan and his great feats with strikeouts. You know that he has struck out 10 brother combinations and 6 father and son combinations.
Struck him out, called with a fastball. But the Cubs score a run. We go to the bottom of the first. The Cubs are out in front 1-0.
Good morning with Vocalax.
Good morning. Yeah.
Try Vocalax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes. Making your good morning even better with Vocalax.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
In the air and gone.
You can't say, I was there, if you weren't. Be here for it.
We had 3 regular guys try Harry's for the first time
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, there it is. Smooth.
and told them an 8-pack of refills is $17.
Wow. I have to switch razors.
Get started for $7 at harrys.com/shaving.
Hello?
Hey, Maya. How you doing? Come on in.
That's
a pretty full list.
It is.
Arnie Harris and all of us here want to wish Arnie's brother-in-law, Joe Moss, who's at St. Joseph's Hospital in Chicago, a very quick recovery and return home. Here we go with Herman Winningham hitting .237. There's the Cubs defense for you.
Winningham is also a punter, and the Cubs will have to bear that in mind. He likes to drag it up the right side. And Rick Sutcliffe going to the mound for his 25th start of the year, his 26th appearance, and his second time out against the Reds.
He was going to bunt, strike call. Mario Nunez, flight attendant for American Airlines. Watching the ball game here today. He's from Euless, Texas. And all his home folks are watching. Mario Nunez.
Apparently, Pete Rose has seen enough of Rolando Rooms trying to hit right-handed breaking balls. He's giving Rooms the night off. Herman Winningham getting a chance to start in right field. And at least in this series, Rolando's had a great year, has been overmatched.
Lies a drive, base hit. Jerome Walton cuts it off, holds him to a single. So Winningham lines a single to right center. Only a fine recovery by Jerome Walton kept it from rolling to the wall. And there again on AstroTurf, speed makes itself felt.
That was the Rick Sutcliffe batting practice fastball that he likes to throw ahead of the hitters. But it's only effective when you've shown him the good fastball and then take something off. So So Rick will have to go to popping the good fastball, which he certainly has shown in his last 4 outings. Because in those 4 starts in 29 innings, he's only given up 13 hits.
Here's Jeff Richardson, rookie shortstop, hitting 171. Ron Duncan is here from Valparaiso, Indiana. Pitch is low.
Last night when Pete Rose had an opportunity in the 4th inning to play for 1 run after a leadoff double by Quinones, he did bunt. So I wouldn't be surprised with Richardson hitting 171 if we see a bunt or perhaps a hit and run.
There he goes. There's a peg way off the beat. A stolen base for Winningham. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is the hit and run, but the breaking ball is low and away, and Winningham steals his 9th base of the year. Not a good throw by Damon Berryhill to the first base side of second, and the Reds are running early. Watch it again. Damon, who's had a good year throwing the ball, does not make a good throw.
So they have the tie run in scoring position. Nobody out. Here's Richardson. He bunts. Tough play to throw. He gets him. But the tie runs at third. Richardson gets credit for a sacrifice.
Pete Rose has shown that he wants to play for a run at a time. And this is a very good bunt by Jeff Richardson. Only a fine play by Van Slaw cuts him down at first base. But the Reds have the tying run at third with only 1 out. And that's the objective of the stolen base and sacrifice.
You know, you were talking about Nolan Ryan. He has 858 more strikeouts than Steve Carlton had. And the only active pitcher who rates behind him in strikeouts is Kurt Blyleven, who has 3,431, which means Nolan Ryan has 1,563 more strikeouts than Blyleven.
Well, if Nolan retires and Burt pitches for another 10 years or so, he might be able to catch him.
The pitch to Eric Davis. A little bit inside. Boy, I hope the way Sutcliffe looks right now isn't an example of things to come. He looks like he's really struggling to find his rhythm out there.
I hope he goes to the breaking ball 2-0 right here to Davis. He's missed with a fastball in. Let's see what Berryhill calls.
Fouls it back. He did throw a breaking ball.
Eric Davis singled in the first run yesterday. And he's the heart and soul of this offense with 4 starters missing. Pete Rose realizes with Sabo out, Larkin out, O'Neill out, and Bo Diaz lost for the year, Eric Davis is going to have to carry a full load for this team to win any ball games.
2 balls and the strike. Fouls it back. Now he's got him 2-2. And this is a spot where he'd like to shoot for that strikeout. With a runner at third, 1 away.
He's got a man who will strike out. 79 Ks this year for Eric Davis. That leads the ball club in that department.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, struck him out. A high fastball. And Davis goes down swinging. That's a big second out. Now a fly ball won't do him any good.
Cubs have been pounding Eric Davis up and in, and he cannot get his arms out if you keep it just off the inside corner and up above the letters. And Rick just overpowered him with a good fastball.
Here's Ken Griffey now. 2 men out. Got a chance to get out of the inning if he can retire Griffey. There's a high foul ball out of play into the stands down the third base line.
One thing Rick Sutcliffe has a tendency to do, and that's illustrated by the fact he has 8 wild pitches this year, is when he gets ahead of some hitters, he tries to throw the good, hard breaking curveball, and generally it winds up in the dirt. Damon Berryhill knows him as well as anybody, and he realizes he's got to be on his toes to block anything down.
Oh, and 1 the count. Ground ball. Great play by Grace. Sutcliffe covers for the out. Mark Grace, a sparkling play. Going to his left, making a backhanded stop. At the end of 1, the Cubs lead 1-0.
3, 2, 1.
Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery.
That's infected. Maybe getting a tattoo at a 3-day music festival was a bad idea. Lucky for you, an Amazon One medical virtual visit can happen anywhere. Even here. An Amazon pharmacy will deliver antibiotics right to you. So you can breathe easy. Well, sorta.
You always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe up. You're like a centerfold. Ooh, that's so sweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion. All that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion. Loving is devotion. Ooh, that's
Why settle for less when you could have it all at Four Winds Casinos?
At Clark and Addison and everywhere, rep the North Side whenever you pay with a Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks. It's a great addition to your fan gear. And check out the perks. Free ATMs, no monthly maintenance fees, and best of all, a $300 opening bonus. Show your Cubs pride with every purchase. Your team, your card. Scan now or visit wintrust.com/Cubs to open a Cubs checking account today. Wintrust, proud to be Chicago's bank.
You're headed out and your phone starts blowing up. The temptation is real. What if it's your situation chip texting you back? Do you put your phone on D&D? Risk it for a quick look. Smart move. Your roster might be a train wreck, but your driving doesn't have to be. Drop it and drive. See if you can keep making the right moves. Head to itsnotagamillinois.com/arcade to play.
3, 2, 1.
Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery.
Harry Carey back at Riverfront Stadium as we go into the top of the 2nd. Here is Andre Dawson going for the 2,000th hit of his career. Ron Robinson. A little bit outside. Andre has homered in each of the first 2 games in the series. There's a drive down the right field line. If it stays fair, it might. It goes foul. It just barely went foul. He almost hit the foul pole out there.
Ron Robinson is battling back from another in a series of injuries, and long after you get over the physical aspects, you have to get over the psychological aspects. Every time he goes out there and puts any kind of streak together, he winds up hurting his elbow again, and they've gone in there 3 times. And we'll watch the last play of the inning by Mark Grace. Backhands it down the line, and Sutcliffe alertly getting to the bag and beating Ken Griffey.
Leanne Oding is out of the Cincinnati Reds office. He swings and he misses. Her brothers Lance and Ryan Oding are watching the game in Sterling, Illinois. The Jim Jones family from Tinley Park is here. 1 ball, 2 strike. A high pop foul It may be playable near the stands. It is out of play.
We'd like to wish a happy birthday to Donna Ferreri. And get well soon to Irv Lockerbie, recuperating at Elmhurst Hospital.
And a couple of newlyweds. Jim and Heather Kressel from Bloomington, Indiana. And the Coopers are here from Muncie, Indiana.
Ron Robinson is a big man at 6'4", 230 pounds, out of Woodlake, California. Last year, not a good year for him as he split it between Nashville and Cincinnati, going 3-7 with a 4.12 ERA for the Reds.
Bouncing ball ought to be easy for Oster. Flips it over to first. One man gone. And here's Damon Berryhill.
Damon Berryhill.
1-0 Cubs.
Berryhill put on quite a show in batting practice before the game. Now, granted, Larry Cox is not throwing out there against him. But sometimes when a guy has a good swing, he carries it over into the ball game. And if pregame was any indication, Berryhill should have a pretty good night tonight.
One on, nobody on the pitch. A little bit outside. Larry Cox from Lima, Ohio. They had a big banner up there. It's up there now. Larry Cox out in left field. There it is. From Lima. He's a bullpen coach for the Cubs. 10th and foul. 2 balls and a strike. That Robinson wasn't pitching in batting practice, was he?
No, he wasn't. And Larry was just laying him in. There's a look at Barry Larkin. The Reds can't wait to get him back. And when he does come back, it'll probably be in left field, trying to take some of the strain off his injured elbow.
Pitch is outside. A great Cub fan, Mary Frances Feather, watching the game in Garrett, Indiana. Pitch is high. Ball 4. And Berryhill draws the base on balls, and that brings up Vance Law. 4 out of 10 in the series, including a very important double.
This is the hit-and-run situation that Don Zimmer likes to use. And the decision came down by Bill White before the game. Ron Oster and Joe West were fined. Nobody was suspended out of that altercation. This wasn't the first time Joe West has been fined. He was fined back in 1983 for pushing then-manager Joe Torre.
Now the pitch, high and inside. Well, I thought Bill White made a fine decision as president of the National League. I was glad he came to Cincinnati and got a report firsthand, because if you listen to the radio stations and the television stations, there's a double play ball out at second, out at first, out of the inning. 6-4-3. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 in favor of the Cubs.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meal. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Don't you hate that dirty old hose? It kinks, splits, and it always leaks. And it's way too heavy to carry around. It's time to get the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead. Just turn on the water and watch it grow to a full-size hose. It stretches and expands like a rubber band. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the new Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees. Just connect to the spigot and watch it pivot. And when you turn off the water, away it goes, shrinking back to a pocket-size hose. And it makes it easy to carry and put away. Copperhead. It's the hose that grows and pivots, flexes, and sprays. It puts itself away for another day. The Pocket Hose is so unique and so innovative, it was awarded over 100 patents. Call or go online now to get the super light 25-foot Pocket Hose Copperhead today for only $39.99. But wait, order right now and you'll receive an instant $10 discount. So it's only $29.99. And it gets better. Order right now and get our copper spray nozzle with our exclusive thumb drive free. Simply use your thumb to turn it on or off. And with 10 unique patterns, you'll have a setting for every job. A $30 value. Yours free with every 50-foot Copperhead. Plus, Copperhead comes with a full 10-year warranty. It's that durable. That means you can order right now with total confidence. But this special offer is not available in stores or on Amazon. So order right here, right now. And with rising costs, this may be your last chance at this low price. There is a strict limit of 3 per order. So don't wait. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-761-5802 or visit getcopperhead.com. So call 1-800-761-5802 or visit getcopperhead.com. Order now.
Your brain tearing? Rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy, but Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this. See? On time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. It's a no-brainer.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving. To keep you achieving. To keep you striving. At Advocate Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever, so you can live fully.
You're watching Cubs Classics presented by Prevagen. Let's get back to the action.
Back at Riverfront, here's the first pitch to Bensinger. A little bit low, ball one. You know, the press and the media here, no matter what happens, it seems like Pete Rose is involved. Pete Rose never pushed anybody. There's a high fly ball going deep. Jerome Walton is back, makes the catch. The pushing happened between Joe West and Ron Oster. Pete Rose was on the field among all the players, trying to keep his second baseman from being suspended for a week or more.
And the umpire's report reflected that, and that's why no action was taken against Rose.
Here's a pitch, a curveball low. Oh, in your hometown, you'd think you get a little bit of a fair treatment.
He's not getting much of a break here.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. And Quinones takes a strike. He was robbed of a home run on a fantastic catch by Andre Rod Dawson last night. 2 balls and the strike. Curve of beauty. We're going to show you Dawson's catch last night. Look at it. The ball is over that yellow line. He brings him back in. Great catch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 3 high.
It's really hard to tell how the wind will affect the ball in this ballpark because it is a bowl. But the wind is blowing in toward the red dugout tonight, and it's fairly brisk, so it might hold up the ball to right and right center.
3 balls, 2 strikes. He wants him ball 4 with 1 out. Paul and Mary Ellen Salich are here from Hammond, Indiana. And so is Ray Allison from Pekin. And Cindy Weil from Franklin, Indiana.
This is a tailor-made 2 for the Reds. If Jeff Reed hits the ball on the ground, now Quinones hasn't stolen a base this year, but he's been caught 4 times. So that would show you that when he does get on, Rose doesn't straight steal, but he will go with the hit and run occasionally.
There's a strike call. Greetings to Esther Crane of Terre Haute, Indiana. Her grandchildren watching the game here tonight. Quinones the lead. Strike called over the inside corner.
We'd like to pass along a happy 37th anniversary to George and Bernadine Passion in Norfolk, Arkansas. Big Cub fans looking on.
1 out, 1 on. Dave and Pamela Rudstein from Evanston, Illinois are here. swing. And Joe West, when appealed to, says no, he did not go around. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Reed has been a red-hot hitter. He's hitting .361 in his last 19 games. He's making some contact generally. But if Sutcliffe goes back to the breaking ball and keeps it low and in, he'll get him.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeff Reed out of Joliet. He struck him out with a curveball. Boy, Sut's got good breaking stuff.
That's always the key to Rick Sutcliffe's performance. If he gets good rotation on that breaking ball early in the game, he will generally put together a good one. In fact, in all but 5 of his 25 previous starts, he's gone at least 7 innings, and he rests the bullpen, which is something any manager loves.
Well, a couple of Cub fans and Bud Minton, Darrell Joyner and Steve Bomar from Greenville, South Carolina, are at the game tonight. Ron Oster, the second baseman.
Oster, a local product, was a pitcher and a shortstop in high school. He's moved to second base, and as you saw in the double play that ended the second inning, he can turn it at second with the best of them. He's got very fast hands.
There's a curveball in there, a strike call. They hear from the Ed Wills fan club in Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis. Gloria with a big group. Bouncing ball. Dunston steps on. Second for the 3rd out. And at the end of 2, the Cubs lead 1-0.
High fly ball left field. And get it under the barrel. That one line. Diving play. Dansby swats it on the backhand. Smothered. What a throw. Look at this. Swats it headfirst. On the ground is short. Backhanded. Sliding stop by Swanson. And it got him. There's the Gold Glover at shortstop.
Good news for your human families. T-Mobile will pay off their old phones up to $800 and give them 4 new iPhone 16s on them. Means an iPhone for your human and your human.
T-Mobile's Family Freedom will help pay off your old phones and give you 4 iPhone 16s on us.
Imanaga getting to work. 3-2.
Sit down, you bum!
What's bleacher appropriate isn't always work appropriate. Your 2025 Cubs. Be here for it.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can start it with a splash. With a play date at a park. Or at a party with friends. Or at an epic water balloon fight.
Gotcha!
Right now, lease a new 2025 Prius for $299 a month. Or lease a 2025 Corolla for $239 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
A great crowd on hand today for a nail biter. They'll need a bit of a lift here in the 8th, trailing. The rookie stands in. Here's the pitch. It's out of here. A home run.
Steele & Lober, building quality garages since 1947. Receive $1,500 off the purchase of your new garage from now until the end of the month. Visit garagebuilder1.com or call 708-544-8383.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. One in 3 adults has prediabetes. And you could be one of them. There are usually no signs for prediabetes. So it's important to understand your risk. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
With Steve Stone, Harry Carey back in the ballpark, Sean Dunston will lead it off. Matt and Jeff McGowan from Circleville, Ohio, formerly from Wheeling, Illinois, cheering for the Cubs. Dunston, curveball high. Vicky Krause from Burbank, Illinois. And Joey and Patty Thompson from Elizabethton, Kentucky. Fouled on the first base side, Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Don Zimmer has made a decision, and he's elected Scott Sanderson to pitch in the 4th starting spot. First game in Houston.
He swung and he missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dunston hitting .274. 8 homers. Fouled it back. 8 homers, 42 RBI. For an 8th place hitter, those are pretty good numbers.
Cubs have gotten a lot of production out of both Sean Dunston in the 8th spot and Jerome Walton with 37 RBIs in the number 1 spot.
Whoa! Almost hit him. Boy, oh boy. That may have been a knockdown pitch. Rich Abrams is here from Rockville, Indiana, with some friends.
I would think that would set up the breaking ball away. And many hitters will start to pull off the ball after a high-tight fastball.
The Giants out in front of Montreal, 4-3. Boy, did you see how the Giants lost the game last night? They were leading 2-1, 2 out, bases loaded in the 8th inning. A little pop fly was hitting short right. Candy Maldonado, instead of standing up and catching the ball, slid and dropped it for an error. 3-run score. And that was Montreal's victory. Again, he fouls it back.
That was reminiscent of the play in the playoff game in 1987 when Candy Maldonado did approximately the same thing. It cost the Giants the ball game. Maybe you ought to forget about that sliding grab, because by the replays at least, he could have caught that ball standing up, and Roger Craig said the same thing.
3-2. A high pop foul coming over. It's going to be playable, and Bensinger grabs it. Dunston fouls out to Bensinger, the first baseman. Tammy and Mike Schmidt are here, along with Ellie and Don Bolte from Manuka, Illinois. And the Carey family, no relation, also on hand. Hey, Arnie, that reminds me, I saw a banner for you. Where is it? Here's the pitch to Sutcliffe. Fastball in there. Sut has 9 hits for the year, 5 RBI. Robinson's pitch. Strike 2 call. 0-2.
Ron Robinson was a great athlete in high school. He was a 3-sport star: baseball, football, and he was the MVP on the basketball team. Selected all Northern California in both baseball, football, and basketball.
There's a pitch. Did he go around yet? He appealed, and Sutcliffe tried to check his swing, but he strikes out. 2 gone. And here is Jerome Walton getting a hand from the crowd before he walks up to the plate.
They've averaged about 30,000 in this series, and it seems about 10,000 Cub fans. Last night, with the last out of the ball game, most of the fans who were left were Cub fans, and they were all on their feet, just like Wrigley Field. And now, Jerry Crawford getting some heat from the Cub dugout.
There's Zimmer. Somebody's kicked out of the ball game. I don't know whether
Don Zimmer was kicked out, Harry. And he doesn't believe getting the early thumb without ever leaving the dugout. I can't believe it myself, but that's exactly what happened.
Isn't this priceless? Now Joe West tries to cool Zimmer off.
Well, Harry, throwing a man out of the game from the dugout when he doesn't come out to talk with you at all is a little bit hasty. And Don Zimmer, who got in his 2 cents after he was booted out of the game, certainly very unhappy with the situation.
Well, he's out of the ball game. He'll probably take a position in the runway there. Boy, you talk about the old cliche about a picture's worth 1,000 words. You got the picture, and I think you got the 1,000 words as well.
And maybe then some.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. Jerome Walton, who scored the only run of the ball game. High pop foul out of play. One to nothing in favor of the Cubs.
The Cubs now with the best road record in all of baseball are 23-10 on the artificial surface. What a radical departure from years past.
1-1 pitch. Curveball is inside. Jerry Crawford, his father, Shags Crawford, was an umpire in the National League for years. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch is outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Sandberg would be next. Ground ball. Oster will throw him out. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the third. 1 to nothing in favor of the Cubs.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hard. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. Just so back.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our 2 most popular SUVs. The always adventure-ready Pathfinder and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. From our U.S. factories to your driveway since 1983. Now get 2.9% APR on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
David takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number 1, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good for me. Makes my day.
Prevagen, for your brain.
Want to own a home, especially your first? Well then, welcome home to the Old National Bank Down Payment Assistance Program. We're here to help you from start to finish and make getting a mortgage a little easier. Plus, you may be eligible for up to $15,000 to use toward your down payment. How's that for a little easier? Everyone deserves a place to call home and a bank to help get them there. Connect with an Old National mortgage lender to learn more. Old National Bank. Get old in your new home.
After a lung infection and cancer destroyed my lungs, I had to put away my badge. I'm Art, and this is my team in Northwestern Medicine. This was the only team I found that could save my life.
Performing the most lung transplants in the nation, Art's team took on his severe condition with a breakthrough procedure, transplanting 2 healthy donor lungs.
After a lifetime of looking out for others, I'm grateful I had my team looking out for me.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Power up with free extra battery deals on select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
Harry Carey back in Cincinnati. The first pitch is inside. Ball one.
And that's a direct correlation to the high-tight fastball that he threw to Sean Dunston. So Rick Sutcliffe sending a message to both Robinson and his shortstop that he's going to protect his hitters.
1 ball, no strikes. Sutcliffe with an 11-3 career record against the Reds. Beating them this year, the only time he's faced them. Strike call. Robinson has had 3 out of 11. He's fanned 7 out of the 11 times he's batted. Line drive, here comes Dawson to make the catch. Ron Robinson lined hard to Andre Dawson. Boy, what a right fielder that guy is. And he's got 2 bad legs. I don't know how you can play any better than he plays.
Don Zimmer said that he's not going to play him 6 straight on the artificial surface. He will rest him against Houston. And it's probably going to be the 3rd game of the series when Mike Scott goes to the mound. But Dawson showing no ill effects of a knee problem in this series.
Here's Winningham. He singled his first time up. Takes the pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out.
Winningham started his career with the New York Mets, was traded to Montreal in the famous Gary Carter deal, and then over here to Cincinnati.
There's a strike call. David Camp and his father Mike are here from Indianapolis. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 call. Fastball at the knee. Jerome Walton, in case you're joining us late, extended his hitting streak to 27 games in a row, his first time at bat. Curveball. A little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When Don Zimmer went to his big 3 of Maddox, Sutcliffe, and Bilecki and told them that he was going to go to a 4-man rotation, he wanted to get their reactions. And all 3 of them said they're very happy to pitch on 3 days rest. And by the stuff that all of them have shown in this series, it doesn't look like they're hurting at all from that decision by Zimmer. And anytime you can get those 3 in the ball game as soon as possible, it's got to help the club. One of the reasons why the Cubs are playing such good baseball.
Struck him out on a breaking ball. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Sutcliffe.
Anytime he can break that curveball low and into the left-hander, it breaks so late and so sharp, they've really got no chance on it. And the only time it's a good pitch is when you're out ahead of him. Sutcliffe got on top of Winningham. This isn't a strike, but Winningham has to protect, and he's got absolutely no chance to make contact on that one.
The Mets were beaten today. There's a pitch a little bit high. Jeff Richardson, rookie shortstop. 2 out, nobody on.
In that Met game, Bruce Hurst defeated Frank Viola.
1 ball, no strikes. Swung and he missed. Dwayne will be joining Steve at the end of this inning. 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd.
Richardson pressed into service because both Barry Larkin and Mariano Duncan are hurting.
Bouncing ball. Law has it. The throw. 1-2-3, nothing across. Harry Carey from Cincinnati. We're at the end of 3. The Cubs are leading 1-0.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. we're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Putting people first. It's always been our thing. From the thousands of people who build our cars to the millions of people who depend on them. And right now, when affordability matters most, Hyundai is committed to keeping our prices the same, with no increase to MSRP. And not just on a few of our vehicles, all of them. That's the Hyundai way.
Received this breaking news bulletin. The Roswell Army Airfield, located in Roswell, New Mexico, has reportedly just recovered an unidentified flying aircraft that crash-landed nearby the base. Stay tuned for further updates on this.
Honey, have you heard the news?
For over 75 years, Steele & Lober has been Chicagoland's most trusted garage builder. Receive $1,500 off the purchase of your new garage from now until the end of the month.
At Clark and Addison and everywhere, rep the North Side whenever you pay with the Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks. It's a great addition to your fan gear. And check out the perks. Free ATMs, no monthly maintenance fees, and best of all, a $300 opening bonus. Show your Cubs pride with every purchase. Your team, your card. Scan now or visit wintrust.com/Cubs to open a Cubs checking account today. Wintrust, proud to be Chicago's bank.
Steinhaffel's Memorial Day preview sale starts now. Save 10% off store-wide. Plus, get amazing deals like this Sealy mattress, any size, now $199. A cocktail table, $299. A queen bed priced at only $449. This sofa, now $499. And save up to $1,000 on patio furniture. Plus, take advantage of Steinhaffel's 18-month 0% financing. Steinhaffel's is Chicagoland's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
My dad worked in the mines of Kentucky, in the steel mill in Gary. And the parents of my partners worked in the mills too, or in the building trades, or driving trucks. So at Allen Law Group, we understand the struggle working people face when they lose their livelihood because of an accident. That's why we work so hard to help injured people win justice. Unlike the other firms, that's all we do. And because we know what you're facing, we won't quit until we win. I guess you can say it's in our DNA.
Cubs are out in front 1-0 as we move into the fourth inning with Steve Stone and our producer-director Artie Harris. Dwayne Stats from Riverfront Stadium. Well, Don Zimmer's gone, but the Cubs are up by a run.
And it seems like something that's been said this whole series. The starting pitcher has good stuff. In this case, Rick Sutcliffe throwing the ball great.
Ron Robinson on the mound for Cincinnati, and the first pitch is a strike called on the outside corner to Ryan Sandberg. Rhino bounced out his first time. Hearted ground ball. Quinones bobbles it at third, but recovers in time. Quinones to Benzinger. One out in the fourth.
You can bobble it at third, second, and first. If you do this at shortstop, you never get the man. But Quinones has plenty of time as he stays with it. It hops up to him on the artificial surface. He's got a good strong arm, and he makes the play.
Brings up Dwight Smith, who has the run batted in. He got credit for the RBI on a ground ball to second in the first inning. There's ball one. Ron Robinson, 27 years old, coming off arthroscopic surgery on his elbow at the end of March. He's had 3 surgeries in 18 months. The pitch is a strike. It's 1-1.
This has been a recurring pattern for him to go strong in the early innings, but come the 6th, he generally is running out of gas.
There's a strike call. He's been up in the mid-80s, occasionally approaching the upper 80s, but there's a pitch high, and the count goes 2-2. They expect by the time spring training opens next year, he'll be back up 90 plus in the velocity department. Ground ball. Richardson, the shortstop, floats one to first, and Smith trying to beat it out, nipped over there. Richardson to Benzinger.
Remember in 1986 when Ron Robinson was in his heyday as a short reliever for the Reds. He had 10 wins and 14 saves that year. He came in to face the Cubs in Wrigley Field in a relief outing and fanned 5 out of the 6 men he faced. And in those days, that fastball was in the low 90s, and he had one of the great sliders in the National League.
Mark Grace takes a strike. Grace called out on strikes in the first inning. Goes down the left side with this one toward the stands, and that will be out of play. So he's down on the count, 0-2.
In this day and age of resting the second game in doubleheaders and not playing a day game after a night game and missing games with assorted injuries, we have to applaud Cal Ripken Jr., who tonight will play in his 1,207th consecutive game, moving into third place all by himself, breaking the tie with Steve Garvey. And that is an accomplishment in this day and age.
Look out, up and in. Grace ducking the pitch. And the count is a ball, 2 strikes. Well, Dunston took a couple close in the third, and then Sutcliffe ruffled Robinson's feathers in the bottom of the third. Now an 0-2 pitch up and in to Grace. He misses high, 2-2. And the thing about that is Robinson obviously had a purpose with Dunston, trying to set up a pitch. Here's a guy ordinarily with very good control. Breaking ball is line foul into the seats.
I expect if Ron Robinson continues to go up and in as he has a couple of times today, that Sutcliffe will begin to do that with 2 strikes. And soon Jerry Crawford's going to have to make a warning to one of these fellas, or this could turn into an out-and-out war here in Cincinnati.
Foul ball, that's going to be out of play again the other way. Comes off to a 1-0 lead with that run in the first on a bunt single by Jerome Walton. Walton extending his hitting streak to 27. Three and 2 the count. The strikeout of Grace in the first inning, only the 26th time this year that Grace has struck out. The 3-2, and he draws the walk after falling behind in the count. 2-out walk. So Grace is at first, and Andre Dawson will be the hitter. Andre looking for career hit number 2,000. Made a bid for a home run right down the right field line his first time up. The ball sliced foul into the seats.
When a pitcher has a history of a fastball in the low 90s, occasionally he doesn't realize exactly where he is with his fastball after surgery. So let's see if he does decide somewhere during this at bat to sneak the fastball inside to Dawson. I don't know if he can get in there.
This one away, ball 1. And Reed calls time, goes out to talk with Ron Robinson. Back in full swing in this series. Dawson won the first one with that 3-run home run of the 12th and hit one last night.
He also hit consecutive balls over the center field wall in batting practice into the cheap seats out there about 450 feet away from home plate, and brought a lot of Cub fans to their feet by putting on quite a display.
A ball, no strikes. A foul ball. As a matter of fact, there's a banner here with a note directed to Jim Fry in the upper deck down the third base side. Not very big. It says, "Hey Jim, sign Darius now." Andre's new son.
Well, that's just like playing,
there it is.
Like playing the futures market.
Pretty good bloodlines. 1-1 the count. A ball, 2 strikes.
So far, Robinson has kept everything away from Dawson. They've been burned a couple of times trying to get inside on him in this series. And a pitching coach, as well as advanced scouting, will go over every hitter before the game, usually before the first game of the series, and figure out a game plan and how they want to work him. But every pitcher is different, and he's got to decide for himself where he wants to go, with the fastball especially.
A ball, 2 strikes, man at first, 2 gone. Into the dirt, and Reed saves a wild pitch. Reed shifting to his right. Got himself in front of that pitch.
Reed has done a very good job in this series, showing great mobility to both sides. He saved a number of wild pitches. Robinson only has 1 this year, so he usually keeps the ball out of the dirt.
The count square now at 2-2 to Andre Dawson. And a tap foul off the breaking ball. Matter of fact, Reed has been playing so well over the past couple weeks. The Reds would like to see a little more of the young catcher, Joe Oliver, who a couple years ago had some knee problems, but nothing that has prevented him from progressing over the past year and a half at a point where they consider him a bona fide prospect. But Reed has played so well, they just can't justify making any kind of a move. A long drive to right field, back toward the corner, and again it's a foul ball. For the second time tonight, Dawson makes a bid to go down the right field line to leave the park, and it's slice foul on it.
Robinson continues to stay away, and Andre Dawson is trying to take what Robinson's giving him. He's not trying to pull the ball. He's in a good streak, and he's seeing the ball well, and that one just missed. A carbon copy of the first time up.
So Dawson returns to the plate with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Grace has walked. Misses for ball 3. And we go to 3-2.
Robinson wanted that one, and he looked in at Jerry Crawford. But if Don Zimmer's case is any indication, he better not look in too long, and he certainly better not lift his arms.
The 3-2. Ground ball 3rd. Quinones. To Benzinger, and the Cubs are out in the 4th. No runs, a walk, and a man left. Bottom of the 4th coming. Cubs 1, Reds nothing.
Fixing your car's air conditioning shouldn't be like searching for buried treasure. RockAuto.com has complete air conditioning kits with everything you need at reliably low prices.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Don't you hate that dirty old hose? It kinks, splits, and it always leaks. And it's way too heavy to carry around. It's time to get the brand new pocket hose Copperhead. Just turn on the water and watch it grow to a full-size hose. It stretches and expands like a rubber band. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the new Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees. Just connect to the spigot and watch it pivot. And when you turn off the water, away it goes, shrinking back to a pocket-size hose. And it makes it easy to carry and put away. Copperhead. It's the hose that grows and pivots, flexes, and sprays. It puts itself away for another day. The pocket hose is so unique and so innovative, it was awarded over 100 patents. Call or go online now to get the super light 25-foot pocket hose Copperhead today for only $39.99. But wait, order right now and you'll receive an instant $10 discount. So it's only $29.99. And it gets better. Order right now and get our copper spray nozzle with our exclusive thumb drive free. Simply use your thumb to turn it on or off. And with 10 unique patterns, you'll have a setting for every job. A $30 value. Yours free with every 50-foot Copperhead. Plus, Copperhead comes with a full 10-year warranty. It's that durable. That means you can order right now with total confidence. But this special offer is not available in stores or on Amazon. So order right here, right now. And with rising costs, this may be your last chance at this low price. There is a strict limit of 3 per order. So don't wait. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-761-5802 or visit getcopperhead.com. So call 1-800-761-5802 or visit getcopperhead.com. Order now.
Greg takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I live in Bloomington, Illinois. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me. I've been taking Prevagen for 8 years now, and it's still helping me tremendously.
Prevagen, for your brain.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
You're watching Cubs Classics presented by Prevagen. Let's get back to the action.
Bottom of the fourth inning coming up. Cubs are leading 1-0. Rick Sutcliffe facing Eric Davis, and he starts him with a strike on the corner. Davis, a big strikeout for Sutcliffe in the first inning with a man at third and one out. He took Davis to 2-2 and then got him on a fastball. Did he go? Cubs want the appeal, and he did, says Charlie Williams. I don't think there was any question about that. Two strikes.
He went. Eric Davis didn't think he went around.
To the count. Davis, then Griffey and Benzinger. One ball, two strikes. Comes with the outfield back. Davis has been hot the last couple of weeks. Breaking ball down and away. 2-2. Sutcliffe with 3 strikeouts. He's walked 1. Mitch Williams there, practicing the jab.
Trying to throw a right hook at Calvin Giraldi. Just trying to get it loose.
Strike call on the outside corner. That's a dandy pitch by Sutcliffe. And Eric Davis doesn't like it. But he's out on strikes for the second time tonight.
There was nothing he could do but look at that. It was a nasty breaking ball. Late breaking. Snaps over the outside corner. Pretty good pitch. And Davis didn't think much of the pitch. But if a pitcher can throw it out there all the time, he's in for a great night.
A little rainfall here.
Just in that one section. Scattered showers.
Here's Ken Griffey taking the pitch low. That's localized rain right there.
That's it.
A ball, no strikes. A strike call, 1-1. There's your lake shot, Mr. Stone, just in case.
Well, we've made Arnie famous, haven't we? They know him all over.
This one too low. 2 balls and a strike.
Ken Griffey had no idea when he signed on with Cincinnati that he would become an almost everyday player. But with all the injuries the Reds have experienced, they have pressed Griffey into service, and he's responded with a pretty good bat.
With 6 men currently on the disabled list and a rash of injuries all year, Griffey's gotten a chance to play more than he expected. The count is now 2-2.
One thing that hasn't changed for Ken Griffey over the course of his career is he has trouble hitting anything off speed. This man was a great fastball hitter in the days of the Big Red Machine, and he's become more of a pull hitter as he's gotten older. But anytime you can pull the string on him, it's a good pitch. If Sutcliffe does it again, he'll get him.
2-2. Ground ball, base hit into right. So the Reds collect their second hit. A 1-out single into right for Griffey.
Sutcliffe went with a hard breaking ball, and he got it up a little too much, and Ken Griffey pulled it in the hole.
Here's Todd Benzinger. Benzinger flied to center his first time around. Cubs leading the East by 4 games right now. The Padres defeated the Mets today 6-2. They had a 4-run first at Shea Stadium. Nice pickup there by Damon Berryhill to save a wild pitch. 1-0 the count on Todd Benzinger.
Jerome Walton, as you know by now, extended his streak. As you look at Montreal over San Francisco by a run. And Dwayne, I think the fact that he is almost unflappable as a rookie helps him because he's got the disposition you would need. He never gets too high or too low. And writers who go in to talk to him after a ball game when he extends that streak and talk to him about it, it's a ho-hum type attitude.
1-0 pitch, and there's a strike. Well, Don Zimmer said the other night, said he's been so consistent and on such an even keel emotionally. He says, I'm not even sure that he thinks about being in a race or trying to win the Rookie of the Year award or the fact that he has a hitting streak. He just goes out there and plays the same every day. 1-1 the count. This one too low.
I think the best thing that's happened to Jerome Walton is his streak has come in his rookie year. Because right now, this is an overwhelming situation. Number one, he's in a pennant race. Number two, he has the second longest hitting streak in Cub history, and one more and he'll tie Ron Santo. But the fact is that he'll probably look back on this period in later years and realize how good the streak was and how difficult it was to accomplish. He might never do this again. But right now, every day's like Christmas coming to the ballpark, and he sure is accepting it well.
Griffey back in at first. And 27-game hitting streaks are pretty easy to accept if you're the guy putting it together.
You know, it's the second longest streak by a rookie in National League history. Benito Santiago hitting 34 straight, so Walton has a way to go yet to catch him.
Throw to first again, and Griffey's back in. Pete Rose was giving Walton the business before the game, wondering if he could catch him in his 44-gamer.
Gene Garber's not in the league anymore, so I don't see why not. That's the man who broke Rose's
Runners
streak.
going, and the pitch is fouled into the screen. So we go to 2-2. Well, it has been a great story. Of course, the Cubs coming out of spring training continued to say if he can only hit 250 the way he can play center field, he can bunt a little bit, get on base, what a great addition he would be. Well, he's far exceeded those expectations. Pete Rose on the right, Jerome Walton. Walton a year ago playing Double-A ball. This year, Pete Rose putting the needle to him during batting practice because of his hitting streak. Now that's coming a ways.
There was a lot more fanfare when Pete Rose was going through that streak. He had reporters from all over the country following him around everywhere he's gone. Well, that hasn't changed, has it?
Ground ball, big hop up the middle. Base hit into center. Griffey will make the turn and hold at second. Back-to-back singles by Griffey and Benzinger. 2 men on with 1 out. Well, that's right. It has not changed. Just a little different subject matter. As a matter of fact, the Federal Appeals Court today denied Rose and his latest attempt to shift his lawsuit against baseball from federal court back here to the Ohio State Court, Hamilton County.
That's
no
really,
date has been set for a hearing.
That's really a big setback because they had hoped to get it back here and hoped that they'd come up with a favorable ruling. But it didn't work out that way for Pete, and eventually that case has got to come to court. Although we might not see it in our lifetime.
Here's Luis Quinones. Quinones walked in the second inning. Takes a strike. A 1-0 ball game, but the Reds have a 1-out threat going in the fourth.
You can't take this guy for granted because he's got some good pop. However, he has hit 7 home runs from the right side, only 1 from the left side. Probably the breaking ball is the best thing to go to with Quinones.
The 0-1. 2 strikes now. Jeff Reed is on deck.
He can throw one more of those good breaking balls low and in. He'll get him. But you certainly don't want to throw it down in the dirt and move up a couple of runs into scoring position.
Eric Davis called out on strikes to start the inning. Griffey and Benzinger have singled. 2 strikes to Quinones. A little close. Coming in with the hard stuff, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Quinones happy to have a chance to play in the major leagues. Thought when he got sent over here that he would get an opportunity, but he was promptly demoted to the minor leagues. Now given the opportunity because Chris Sabo, one of the injured Reds, is going to be lost to the team for a while.
He appears to be finished for the season. Boy, what a What a list the Reds have had. Oh, he just missed away there, and the count is 2-2. 6 men currently on the list for the Reds. Bruce Robinson spent some time on it. Bo Diaz, he's currently on the list. Almost any position you want to pick, it's been affected by that disabled list, with the exception maybe of Todd Benzinger at first base. 2-2 the count on Quinones. It's a foul ball picked up by Lee May.
Reds got some good news yesterday when the cast was removed from the thumb of Paul O'Neill. You heard it diving for a ball in right field. When they lost him, they lost a big bat because O'Neill was putting together a banner year with a .287 batting average. But more than that, he had hit 14 home runs with 62 RBIs. And missing a left-handed bat in the middle of that batting order can't help you any.
Two. A shot to first, and they're going to get a double play. Grace to Dunston, doubling up Griffey. And that takes care of the Reds in the fourth. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. At the end of 4, 1-0 Cubs.
Road to Wrigley, presented by Prevagen, is on Marquee Sports Network. Tune in all season long for live whip-around coverage of the biggest at-bats and moments from the Cubs' top prospects.
Oh, Kevin Alcantara.
How do you feel that you were our first live guest?
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Yes, he's that good. I'm putting him in the big leagues.
Catch all the minor league action on Road to Wrigley, presented by Prevagen, live on Marquee Sports Network.
As a contractor, I find sometimes the most impactful thing you can say is what you do on your own home. A couple of years ago, we put a pool in our backyard, my wife and I. There was only one choice for the decking around the new pool. We used TimberTech because of the low maintenance on the product. You can install it and just enjoy it for its lifetime.
Epay, Redwood. I mean, after 1 year, you're sanding and refinishing if you want to keep that sharp look. If you don't want to sand and oil every year, you want low maintenance, go with TimberTech.
Oh, still too little, buddy.
A horse walks into a barn, and
Then what?
Here's to sweet summer days together in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment. Here's to supper club celebrations. And to a lifetime of memories. Here's to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. And dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take for me to live a long and healthy life? What would it take to have a breakthrough?
What would it take to find a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Research to discover more effective treatments for the 1 in 285 children in the U.S. who will be diagnosed with cancer. What would it take to make hope bigger than heartbreak? Go to childrenscancer.org to find out. Children's Cancer Research Fund is a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer. We understand the complexity of the landscape and know how your support will have the strongest impact. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
On to the 5th inning. Damon Berrio is going to lead it off for the Cubs. Robinson's first pitch is a strike out around the knees. Berryhill walked in the 2nd inning, then was erased on a double play ball. Well, Quinones hit the ball hard, but a line drive right at Mark Grace, and the Cubs got 2 out of it to get out of the inning.
You've got to figure it's your year when line drives keep going at people.
1-1 to count. Oster to Benzinger. One gone. In case you joined us late, here's the bunt single to open the ball game by Jerome Walton to extend his hitting streak to 27. See, Benzinger's flipped to an empty base, and Walton eventually scored what to this point has been the only run of the ball game.
Benzinger overestimated the speed of Ron Robinson. He had no chance to get that flip.
Here's Vance Law. Makes a breaking ball low. The other highlight of this game is Don Zimmer being ejected by Jerry Crawford. Zimmer got kicked out for raising his arms. A little tap. That's a foul ball. It did become a little more animated later, but Zimmer was very calm over there in the dugout. You can see Zim getting a little heated there, and Crawford got heated right back.
This is one of the few professions when you can do that. Imagine working in the factory and getting in your boss's face, arguing for about 10 minutes like that. Think he could eject you from the game? But Zim certainly got his money's worth, whatever that will be.
Zim ejected for the third time this year. This one is low. 2 balls and a strike. It's the second Crawford has ejected a Cub. Foul ball straight back. The count goes to 2-2. Crawford had ejected Mark Grace, but it was almost a routine matter when Grace charged the mound against Frank DiPino. So Crawford was the umpire of record. And there you see it really getting heated.
You know, as soon as the hat comes off, that it's going to be a lively conversation.
A ball just wide.
Earl Weaver used to turn his hat around so that he wouldn't poke the umpire in the nose with the bill of his cap. And Don Zimmer decided not to leave it to chance. He just took the cap off.
Line drive, base hit for Vance Law. Davis to make the pickup. Law's going to go for 2, and the throw is not in time. Law never broke stride. Rounding first, the Cubs to a man have been making that big turn at first, and this time Law just kept going and turns a single into a double.
And he realized that Eric Davis was going away from the play, decided the gamble is worth it. And Vance Law, without the greatest speed around, challenged one of the best center fielders in the game, and he won. He just got in ahead of the tag, and Bill Hahn made the call, and it was a good call.
Here's Sean Dunston. Dunston fouled out to first his first time up. Takes this one upstairs for a ball.
Let's take a look at the inning-ending double play. And for that inning-ending double play, Carex helps with the Brakes on Cancer with a $50 contribution to Cubs Care.
Dunston ducking the breaking ball. It's 2-0. Want to send get well wishes to Stan Rusevich, St. Teresa's Hospital in Waukegan, Illinois.
I was wondering how you were going to do that. How do you spell that?
Very carefully. Ground ball, third. Quinones across to Benzinger. 2 gone.
Boy, it looked like Benzinger took his foot off the bag to make that play. We'll watch it again. Charlie Williams on the call, and the throw is up the line at first. Pretty close, but the ball certainly beat him. There's no doubt about that.
2 outs with Law still at second, and here is Rick Sutcliffe. 6-year-old Robert Vanderklok enjoying the game.
Are you making these up?
With his father Joe and mother Amy out of Lufton, Indiana. The pitch is high, ball 1. There's an update. Well, that game's gone back and forth, and now the Expos and the Giants are tied 5-5 in the top of the 5th. Sutcliffe takes one off the plate, a little close. 2-0.
Both the Mets and the Expos have to make one more trip to the West Coast. And that should bode well for the Cubs because neither team has a history of success out there.
Strike call. 2-1. Padres beat the Mets 6-2. Expos and the Giants tied 5-5. Wave and a miss to pull the count even 2-2. The Cubs move into Houston tomorrow night. Scott Sanderson is going to make the start for the Cubs to open that series. Meanwhile, the Mets will be playing the Dodgers at home. Orel Hershiser and David Cohn tomorrow night. And the Cubs and the Astros series starting tomorrow evening. Ball 3, a full count.
I think it's a good choice by Don Zimmer to throw Scott Sanderson because he doesn't get in trouble with walks and he does give up a lot of fly balls. And if you are a fly ball pitcher, there's no better place to pitch than the Astrodome.
Down the left side, that's going to be foul. So the count 3-2 here on Sutcliffe. Zimmer said he conferred with Dick Pole and Larry Cox. He said he was leaning towards Sanderson for just the reasons you mentioned. Pole and Cox were also leaning that way, so it was a unanimous decision to start Scott Sanderson tomorrow night in Houston. He'll be opposed by Jim Clancy. And Sutcliffe draws the walk. That's the third walk given up by Ron Robinson.
And that's what will turn a manager's hair gray. You've got another run at second base. One of the hottest hitters in the National League in the on-deck circle, and your pitcher walks the opposing pitcher.
And here's Jerome Walton. Jerome had 3 hits last night. He kept the hitting streak going in the first game of this series by picking up a single in the 12th inning. He had gone 0 for 5 up until that point.
That's the only reason that the Cubs went 12, because they were waiting for Jerome to come back up and extend that streak.
He's hitting .312 right now and takes the first pitch for a strike.
Walton not very happy with the call, and he's going to take a stroll. Jerry Crawford looking at him. Jerome doesn't say a whole lot, but he lets Jerry Crawford know that he thought the breaking ball was a little high.
0-1 the count. And a liner, but to the second baseman Oster. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. The Cubs lead 2. Bottom of the 5th coming. 1-0 Cubs.
We had 3 regular guys try Harry's for the first time.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, there it is. Smooth.
And told them an 8-pack of refills is $17.
Wow. I have to switch razors.
Get started for $7 at harrys.com/shaving.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this exact moment proves that your devices are listening to your stomach.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Rally House, shop every team in town, college and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
Play ball, Chicago. Shop the latest in Cubs style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
Bears, Cubs, Bulls, and White Sox. Illinois, Notre Dame, and the Blackhawks. Rally House. It's your city, it's your house. It's a Rally House.
Shop home run styles in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Steinhaffel's Memorial Day preview sale starts now. Save 10% off store-wide. Plus, get amazing deals like this Sealy mattress, any size, now $199. A cocktail table, $299. A queen bed priced at only $449. This sofa, now $499. And save up to $1,000 on patio furniture. Plus, take advantage of Steinhaffel's 18-month 0% financing. Steinhaffel's is Chicagoland's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Summer's here, and with the new Toyota, you can go here, surf's up, here, woo, and here.
Right now, you can lease a new 2025 Land Cruiser for $499 a month, or lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $309 a month.
Your summer starts here and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
Todd takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Todd. I'm a veteran of 23 years. I served 3 overseas tours. I love to give back to the community. I saw a Prevagen commercial and I did some research on it. I started taking Prevagen about 3 years ago. I've told my coworkers and family since taking Prevagen how much of a difference it's made in my life. I feel really good.
Prevagen, for your brain.
Cubs have a 1-0 lead on the Reds. Cubs have only 2 hits, the Reds 3, but the Cubs the only run. And Jeff Reed, the 7th hitter in the Cincinnati lineup, leads it off. So it'll be Reed, Oster, and then Robinson. Slider in the dirt, ball 1. Reed called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. Out of Joliet, now makes his home in Tennessee. Batting .244. Cubs play him to pull the ball. He skies it deep to left. Smith will go back. He has room and makes the catch for the first out. Reed at the ball deep to left. But Smith in front of the track called it in. It's going to bring up Ron Oster. How about Tom Dries, the minor league pitcher in the White Sox organization? Dries, who is 3rd no-hitter in the Pacific Coast League this year, last night.
It's an amazing story. The first time it's ever been done. This man is 41-41 at the minor league level, so he's been around a long time trying to get a break in the major leagues. It's a good way to do it.
Pitch to Oster's high, ball 1. Dries, 26 years old. It didn't hurt him last night. Larry Himes was at the ballpark watching him throw the no-hitter. A ball, no strikes. Oster right back to the mound. 2 gone. Sutcliffe to Grace. Dries struck out 3, walked 1. As Vancouver defeated Las Vegas 5-0. He had pitched consecutive no-hitters in May, and then the no-hitter last night. 3 in 1 year.
2 of those no-hitters 7-inning jobs because they play 7-inning games when they play a doubleheader at the minor league level. Maybe he has trouble in the 8th and 9th. Keep pitching him in 1st or 2nd games of doubleheaders.
There's Ron Robinson. It's low ball 1. Speaking of minor league highlights, the Buffalo franchise tonight becoming the first minor league club to draw over 1 million fans for 2 consecutive seasons.
They're pushing very hard for a major league franchise.
Swing and a miss. The count is 1-1. They set an all-time minor league single season attendance record last year with over 1,000,001 in 72 dates. Expect to go over 1 million tonight. A shot into the stands back of first.
I don't think Rick Sutcliffe wants to take a chance with a fastball to Ron Robinson. He hit him very hard the first time up in the 3rd inning. So if he can go to the breaking ball here, he probably will save some pitches this inning and just wipe him out. Robinson hasn't swung very well at the curveball of Sutcliffe.
A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 5th from Riverfront. And Robinson takes strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 5, 1-0 Cubs.
Strike 3 gone. He got him on the outside. And he's out. There it is.
we're doing.
Well, I know my number's that nasty, so. That's true. Very good point.
Heartburn makes you queasy? Get fast relief with Tums Plus, upset stomach and nausea support, and love food back.
A better banking app is right at your fingertips. Download Dave, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. No interest, credit checks, or late fees. Download the Dave app now or go to dave.com today.
Make money moves with Dave. Scan the QR code to get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. No interest, credit check, or late fees. And access cash instantly when you transfer to Dave Checking. Download the Dave app today.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, looks good. Things were changing quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish he felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Into the sixth at Cincinnati. Well, Steve, what that tells you is that once you establish your reputation, you can't get away from it.
Not even in Cincinnati.
But Steve's puns will always kill you. That's why I haven't been able to eat late at night.
Is that it? Well, you know, Arnie took Harry out last night. And they did eat late at night.
Here's Ryan Sandberg. The pitch is high, ball one.
You know, and I figured that he would take Harry out on a night when I couldn't attend the festivities. He took him to McDonald's. They had a great sandwich and went on home.
There's a strike. That's funnier than your puns. A ball, 2 strikes.
Can you see Harry going up ordering a couple of Whoppers? It'd be a great sight.
They'd have to forget about the fast food business. High popper. Back into left. Richardson out. Griffey in. And Griffey has the ball drop in front of him. Sandberg, a big turn at second, and now he's caught. Griffey goes to third. Sandberg's got a chance to get back in and does. Sandberg was caught between second and third. That play went from agony to ecstasy, almost agony again, and finally Sandberg got back in there. They had a communication problem in left.
Ken Griffey finally has to make a stab at this one. He thinks that Richardson has it all the way, but Richardson gives way after making the call, and Griffey can't get to it. Then Sandberg, adventuresome on the bases, decides to go to third. Now watch Griffey. He doesn't know quite what to do, and Sandberg gives him the good fake. It looks a little like a Marx Brothers movie, with Rhino in at second base.
A double for Sandberg. That's his 18th. What about it being your year? Boy, I'll tell you, when things like that start to happen, you got to believe. A double for Sandberg. Here's Dwight Smith. Smith nothing out of 2. He has the run batted in this game, a ground ball in the first. Broken back ground ball, and Sandberg caught off second again. Robinson Robinson runs right at him. Now he has him caught. Richardson with a tag, and down to second goes Smith. Well, Sandberg remained in the run down long enough to give Smith the chance to move into second.
Rhino doing some fancy moving between second and third this inning. Robinson does it right. He runs right at Sandberg. Now Rhino gives him the old limp leg back towards second base, and he gets hung up long enough for Dwight Smith to make it into second. This starts out a bad base running play, turns into a pretty good one, because that's just about all you can make of it.
Mark Graves with a smile on his face. He says, how about this? And now you want me to hit? Some strange things are going on here. Mitch Williams says, I need a little refreshment after watching all of that.
I think Rhino just happy to be off the bases to get a breather.
Here's Grace. Strike call. Marcus struck out and walked.
We're at the point of the ball game now where you have to keep a close eye on Ron Robinson if you're Scott Breeden, the pitching coach, or Pete Rose, the manager. He's gone 6 innings a couple of times, but you're always suspect about his durability as you get into the latter portions of the game.
There's a shot back into deep right center field. All the way to the track goes Davis, and he makes the catch. Smith with a tag. He's on his way to third. Davis ran it down on the warning track. A long drive by Grace, but not deep enough to get it out of the park.
This is why it was so important for Dwight Smith to move over Sandberg. This would have been a sacrifice fly normally, and Robinson throws a fastball right down the middle to the deepest recesses of the park before Davis can make the play. And on the play, Dwight Smith moves to third.
It brings up Andre Dawson. Dawson 0 for 2, looking for career hit number 2,000. Man at third with 2 outs. For a ball. Ray with 14 home runs.
Ron Robinson, the first 2 times up, has been throwing everything away from Dawson. If he continues to look away and doesn't get a breaking ball, he might be able to take advantage of it to right center, down the line, and right.
Reed takes it wide. 2-0 the count.
Jeff Reed is setting up awfully early, and even if a hitter doesn't have a tendency to look back, all he's got to do in his peripheral vision is look out of the corner of his eye. When you see the catcher set up that early, you can pretty much tell what's coming. Let's see when Reed sets up here. He's out there very early.
There is ball 3, so Robinson continues to stay away from Andre Dawson, missing with all 3 pitches outside.
Wouldn't be surprised if they give him the 3-0 go here if Robinson lays one in.
And here it is. Ball 4. Andre Dawson becomes the 4th walk issued by Ron Robinson. So Dawson goes to first. Smith is at third, and Damon Berryhill will be the hitter for the Cubs. 0 for 1 with a walk.
This is really an unusual night in the National League, and it's a shame that WGN is not showing the movie Swiss Family Robinson tonight, because you've got Ron Robinson starting here, Don Robinson starting for the Giants in Montreal, and Jeff Robinson starting for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Any more Robinsons around? What's Brooks Robinson doing tonight?
He might be broadcasting a game tonight.
He is for Baltimore.
Big cut by Berryhill. Strike 1. Rick Sutcliffe in the Cub dugout. He has shut out the Reds on 3 hits through 5 innings. Off the plate in. 1-1 the count.
Rick would like to get a little more insurance, and Damon Berryhill has had a pretty good series.
Robinson ready. 2 strikes. Well, Damon struggled after the All-Star break, especially from the left side. He kept a pretty good stroke right-handed. But over the past week to 10 days, he started to come around left-handed as well, has the average coming into the game up to 260. And he hits a little looper, caught by Oster, and that retires the side. No runs ahead. The Cubs lead 2. Bottom of the 6th coming. 1-0 Cubs.
3, 2, 1. Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now. So get any medium 2-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $10.99 when you mix and match.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Now for a limited time, get a Hyundai Tucson for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Go Cubs go, go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs gonna win today. Victory songs sound better at the showtime. Be here for it.
David takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good for me. Makes my day.
Prevagen, for your brain.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
Yeah! Woo! What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
We actually sold the Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
If you need a tan, I'm your man. Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
3, 2, 1. Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery.
You're watching Cubs Classics presented by Prevagen. Let's get back to the action.
Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. 1-0. Cubs are out in front with Steve Stone and Artie Harris. Dwayne Stats from Riverfront Stadium. Herman Whittingham, the top of the batting order, leads off for Cincinnati. And he pops it over the mound. Dunston charges and makes the catch. Sean Dunston charging in, makes a diving catch on the bunt attempt by Whittingham. He's feeling that turf on his right hand right now.
Dunston makes a sparkling play as Whittingham tried to bunt the ball a little harder to get it by Sutcliffe. Does this look like a Harry look-alike or what?
Well, the glasses aren't big enough, but
you know what the back says? It says Berry Hill. You can't beat that.
Here's Richardson. The pitch is a strike call. What'd you do? Take that out of your bag?
Just another one of the many talents that I have, creating Berry Hills before the game.
2 strikes the count. A lot of Cub fans here. The Heilman family in from Clifton Forge, Virginia. Rose, Jill, Jeannie, and Kathy rooting for the Cubs. And it's down and away. Last night, when the Cubs were looking for the final out, You almost had the feeling you were at Wrigley Field. There were so many Cub fans here.
All on their feet. And Rick doesn't want to mess around with too many fastballs to this guy who's not a strong hitter and doesn't hit the breaking ball very well. Let's see if he wipes him out on one here.
He's ahead, a ball, 2 strikes. Down and away. Even 2-2, you'd think he'd try to finish him off that way.
Especially the way Jeff Richardson has swung the bat tonight. He's a little over his head at this point of his career. He wouldn't be in the major leagues if not for the injuries to Larkin and now Mariano Duncan. So he's getting some experience under fire against a pretty good pitcher tonight in Rick Sutcliffe.
He was hitting a little better than 270 in the minor leagues, and he's out on strikes. Missed the slider. 2 gone. Boy, the Reds, when they had Cal Daniels in left, he was hurt. Eric Davis had some hamstring problems for a while. He was gone. Paul O'Neill out with a broken thumb. Sabo gone for what appears to be the rest of the year from third. Larkin injured. Oster had some hamstring problems. Bo Diaz gone. The only position not affected, Todd Benzinger at first base. Davis takes one on the corner. Strike 1.
When I talked to Don Zimmer during the course of this series, he said that he felt the Reds were going to win it this year. He looked at their roster and realized all the talent with the addition of Rick Mailer in the starting rotation. Danny Jackson coming back with Tom Browning, and he felt that this club was the team to beat in the West.
This one wide. The count's a ball and a strike.
After finishing second 4 straight years, everybody thought that Pete Rose had finally assembled a ball club that could do it. But nobody anticipated the tremendous amount of injuries they've had this year.
It's a foul ball. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes. The Cubs have gone 6-2 against the Reds, trying to win their 5th here at Riverfront Stadium. The only time the Cubs went 5-1 at Riverfront was in 1972. In '84, when the Cubs won the East, they finished 4-2 here in Cincinnati against the Reds.
Reds still have enough firepower. They've hit 99 home runs this year, and that's 3rd in the National League. So despite the fact they've had all the injuries, they still maintain a long ball presence, especially with a man batting right now.
And a foul ball. He takes a vicious cut, and the count is still 1-2. As a matter of fact, the Reds on the verge of hitting at least 100 home runs every year since 1952, with the exception of the strike-shortened season in '81. And this is a good park. Good park to hit.
You saw in the Cub dugout, it's a time of the year for scoreboard watching.
Sutcliffe trying to nip the corner on that outside part of the plate around the knees and missed. 2-2.
Now at the point of the game where he's fanned Eric Davis on a high fastball, and he's got him on a breaking ball outside. There's a little margin for error when you throw that high tight fastball to Davis. Let's see which Rick Sutcliffe chooses. He can get him in either place, but you can't make a mistake out over the plate to him.
He stays away. That's ball 3. Davis thinks he's drawn the walk, but it's only ball 3. And he'll come back for a full count.
That's an embarrassing moment.
Eric Davis thought he'd drawn the walk, but there was another pitch that missed somewhere in there. But instead the count is 3-2.
When you fan twice against a tough pitcher and you've got 8 strikeouts, or going on 8 strikeouts, you'll take any advantage you can get. But Jerry Crawford right on the play.
That's really trying to coax a walk. 2 outs, base is empty. Here we go with the 3-2. And ball 4. This time Davis makes sure. Second walk given up by Rick Sutcliffe. 2-out pass in the 6th. Here's Ken Griffey.
Eric Davis with 12 stolen bases this year. He's been hampered by a lot of leg problems, especially ankle and hamstring problems. He stole 80 bases a couple of years ago. He's lightning fast. We've seen it in the outfield. And if he is 100% here tonight, you got to figure he's going to be going with a left-hand hitter up. So Sutcliffe's going to have to pay close attention to him at first.
The Reds picked up a steal in the first inning. Herman Winningham swipes second. Sutcliffe with a toss over there. That's only the second stolen base the Reds have against the Cubs this year. The one picked up by Winningham in the first tonight. Ken Griffey has the other one. Griffey out on a good play in the first inning by Grace with Sutcliffe covering. Griffey singled to right in the fourth. There goes Davis. He got a good jump and the ball gets by Berryhill. Davis will go all the way to third. Davis got a very good jump off first base, and Berryhill saw the ball stay down on him and skip through.
It's a pass ball, charged to Damon Berryhill. Eric Davis with a great jump, and Berryhill just tried to throw this ball before he had it. Eric Davis off to the races, and now the tying run at third.
We'll take another look.
He tries to backhand this ball, and the ball just sinks away from him. It's doubtful if he'd have had Davis anyway with that jump, but you'd certainly rather see him at second base than third.
1-0 the count on Griffey. Slider, and Griffey lays off. 2-0. Another update. The Giants have taken a 6-5 lead on the Expos in the top of the sixth at Olympic Stadium. Cubs leading the Expos by 4. Also 4 in front of the Mets right now. 2-0 to count. And the pitch is a strike. It's 2-1. This is only the second time tonight the Reds have had a man as far as third. Winningham, after stealing second base in the first inning, was sacrificed to third by Richardson. Now Davis is at third with 2 outs in the sixth. 2-1 to count. Griffey out in front. He saw a pitch up, liked the location, and could not resist.
Once again, Rick Sutcliffe changing speeds, and the straight change working to perfection. Now, he did the same thing the last time he faced Griffey in the fourth inning, only to throw a hard breaking ball and see Griffey single to right field. So maybe one more straight change is in order.
The count is 2-2. Sutcliffe delivers into the dirt, blocked by Berryhill, and we go to 3-2. Todd Benzinger is the on-deck hitter for Cincinnati. Each team with 3 hits. There's Benzinger. Eric Davis at third. Full count. Here it is. And he walked it. Griffey draws the walk. The third issued by Sutcliffe. First and third, 2 outs. Benzinger has one of the 3 hits. Winningham, Griffey, and Benzinger have the singles collected by the Reds against Sutcliffe. Dick Pole is on his way to the mound.
What he's going to talk about to Rick Sutcliffe and the rest of the Cub infield is a situation if Griffey decides to break off first base, because you've got a lightning fast man at third, and Pete Rose knows his ball club is not hitting the ball very well at this point. He might decide to try to steal a run, and they want to find out how to defense it and exactly what Damon Berryhill is going to do if Griffey does break.
Steve Wilson is throwing in the bullpen for the Cubs down the left field line. He has just now started to throw.
Got a man up who's fanned 81 times this year in 454 at bats. So Benzinger has not made a whole lot of contact for the Reds.
He was involved in the Nick Osaski deal. Rob Murphy and Osaski went to the Red Sox. Benziger 1 for 2 tonight. First and third. And a chop to short. Dunston to second out there. And that retires the side on the force play. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We're through 6. Perry will be back in a moment.
0.
Buying or selling a home has gotten hard. Inventory is tight and interest rates are high. Making a move can be scary. That's why who you work with matters. I partner with HomeLight to help our clients win in any situation. Our buyers find great deals on their dream homes, and our sellers get top dollar, even in a challenging market. HomeLight gives our clients the edge they need, and together, we all win.
There's an easier way to bank and get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
I was pregnant with my first baby.
I really wanted to be a mom.
I'm high risk, so I texted my friend Hannah.
I called my college roommate, Maya.
My sister Camilla, she always has great advice.
That's how I found my OBGYN.
I knew we were in the best hands. Thank you, Maya.
Thank you, Camilla.
Thank you, Hannah.
For personalized, convenient care and 24/7 support, find an OBGYN you'll recommend at Advocate Healthcare.
Steinhaffel's Memorial Day preview sale starts now. Save 10% off store-wide. Plus, get amazing deals like this Sealy mattress, any size, now $199. A cocktail table, $299. A queen bed priced at only $449. This sofa, now $499. And save up to $1,000 on patio furniture. Plus, take advantage of Steinhaffel's 18-month 0% financing. Steinhaffel's is Chicagoland's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
You always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe out. You're like a centerfold. Ooh, that's what I see. You got what I need. Sipping on the lotion. All that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion. Loving is devotion. Ooh, that's
Why settle for less when you could have it all at Four Winds Casinos?
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can start it with a splash. With a play date at a park. Or at a party with friends. Or at an epic water balloon fight. Gotcha!
Right now, lease a new 2025 Prius for $299 a month. Or lease a 2025 Corolla for $239 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hello again, everybody. With Steve Stone and Dwayne Stats, Harry Carey back at the ballpark. And here's Law on the first pitch. Hitting a fly ball to center field, 1 away. Boy, oh boy, the Cubs are fortunate they got the run in the first inning. It's held up so far.
Ron Robinson, who's on for the 7th time since coming back from surgery, has put together 7 consecutive very strong outings, and no exception tonight. He's limited the Cubs to just 3 hits.
Here is Sean Dunston, 0 for 2. There's a fastball a little bit inside. We're in the top of the 7th, 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. The Mets already got beat. There's a high pop foul out of play into the stand. Quinones going out there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
One hope you have with a guy who does have a pretty good curveball is that without the great arm strength, and it can't be too good after missing most of this season. Late in the ball game, he'll hang one of those breaking balls as you take a look at the Shawno-meter here in attendance in Cincinnati.
Bouncing ball got a chance to beat it out. Low throw. He's out. What a play by Todd Benzinger. Boy, he just shoveled that glove and caught a low throw.
Just like picking cherries for Todd Benzinger. Quinones having to hurry, and he knows that. Comes up with a poor throw, but Benzinger right there to make the play.
Here now is Sutcliffe. Struck out and he walked. He's not having much time to rest this inning. Law went out on the first pitch. Dunston went out on the second pitch. Now the pitch, here it is. Fastball high. A ball and a strike. Sutcliffe has hit home runs, but not this year. There's a drive. Left center field. A base hit. And Rick will hold at first base. Sutcliffe hung a rope in the left center. Boy, that Eric Davis, does he cover ground? And he looks like he's just loafing, but he's always there.
Looked like it had a chance to go to the wall when it left the bat of Sutcliffe, but Eric Davis getting a great jump. And bear in mind, this man was signed as a shortstop and actually spent a year and a half at that position before shifting to center. He's one of the finest around, and now the bullpen up and going for Cincinnati.
Here now is Jerome Walton. He bunts down the third base line, but it's fielded and thrown perfectly to end the inning. So, 1 hit, 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Still 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. Well, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. Boy, the Cubs scored a run in the first on a safe bunt by Jerome Walton and 2 infield outs. Dwight Smith batted the run in. And that's all we've had. Now we're in the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs with 4 hits, the Reds with 3.
Rob Dibble up in the bullpen. Ron Robinson due up 4th this inning. And this is the longest he's gone this year. So Pete Rose might decide to make a change. And Rick Sutcliffe looks like if he's going to win this one, he's going to have to shut out the Reds.
Quinones hit the devil out of the ball in the 4th. Fortunately, there's an easy bunt. Over to first, easy out. The line went right at Mark Grace, who turned it into a double play with a toss to Sean Dunston.
There's nothing that a pitcher wants more than a guy to bunt his first pitch right back at it. Quinones trying to push it by Rick Sutcliffe. Makes a mistake, and Sutcliffe gets a very easy out to lead off the 7th inning.
Ida Schnabel from Indianapolis sends a little Cub bear up to the booth. 1 out, nobody on. Jeff Reed flied out to left and struck out. Fastball is in there. Strike call. The count. Curve is in there, a beauty.
Sutcliffe has had a good breaking ball from the first inning on. He's been snapping it over the inside corner to left-hand hitters all night. It's been his best pitch.
Oh, 0-2 the count. Struck him out. Strikeout number 7. For Sutcliffe. Now the Cub pitcher struck out 11 men the first game of the series. 10 men last night. And Sutcliffe has fanned 7 so far tonight.
Nobody in the on-deck circle so far, and you have to have somebody there. So surprised that Jerry Crawford, there he goes. Scott Madison now up in the on-deck circle.
2 men out, nobody on. Oster, the batter, the pitch is outside. John Coleman and Bob Sullivan are here. So is John Waldron from Deerfield. 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. Bouncing ball, that ought to be easy. There's a throw to retire the side. 1-2-3 at the end of 7. The Cubs still lead. Harry Carey back at Riverfront Stadium. The guy looks a little bit like Sutcliffe.
Rob Dibble comes into the ball game. He was on the first game of the series Tuesday night. He threw the wild pitch that tied the game, walked a hitter, and Pete Rose took him out. He's a fireballer. 6-3 this year with a 2.22 ERA, on for the 56th time.
Fastball is in there. Rob Dibble. He's won 6, he's lost 3. Has 2 saves. A lot of strikeout. There's a fastball in there, strike 2.
Spanned 103 men in 71 2/3 innings, averaging just around 12.5 per 9 innings, which is the highest in the major leagues.
0-2 the count. Low and outside. Birthday greetings to Jason Schoenfeld from Worth, Illinois. He struck him out. Sandberg tried to check, but he had gone around. Look at that. The Giants are beating Montreal 10-5 in the 7th. The Mets have already lost 6-2 to San Diego today. The Cardinals have an open date. The Cubs, by winning this game, could gain ground on everybody behind them. So this is an important game.
Yesterday, every team in the East won, which is an oddity. Not going to happen today.
Dwight Smith is the batter. Ball 2. Mark Delcato watching the game here. Fouled it back and out of play. Two balls and a strike.
Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell have both homered in that San Francisco game. The 19th for Clark, the 39th for Mitchell.
That makes the count even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dwight Smith drove in the only run scored tonight. Struck him out. Boy, oh boy, does this guy throw hard.
I'm kind of surprised that Pete Rose did not flip-flop his batting order when he brought in Dibble. The natural course of things would have been to flip-flop him with Oster, who made the last out in the inning, because now if he wants to keep Dibble in the ball game, he's got to hit with him.
He now has 105 strikeouts in 72 innings. Here's Grace. The first pitch is in there.
Bullpen up and going for the Cubs. And as you'd expect, Mitch Williams and Les Lancaster.
0-1 the count. 2 men out. Swung and he missed. 0-2 the count.
They once clocked Dibble at 98 miles an hour. And he is getting it up there in a hurry tonight.
0-2 the count. He struck him out. He struck out the side. 1, 2, 3. Got to hold it. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs 1. Cincinnati nothing. Wake up! We got pain to relieve by morning. Ice, hot, lavender! New Icy Hot, nighttime recovery. You're so back.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
A family hauler that actually hauls how it should be. The Hyundai Santa Fe.
Right now, get a Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Hey, baseball fans, Grillo's Pickles chilling in the refrigerated section near you.
Let's get you home.
I follow you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you.
That's true. Laughing till we think we're down. Barefoot on the summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you.
And in the streets you run free like it's only you and me. If you're something to see. Let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Collins is going to be the pinch hitter.
Dave Collins hitting an even 200. 8 for 39 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. And he's got pretty decent speed, so you have to watch the bunt.
Law's guarding the line down to third. So's Grace at first.
Collins a much better hitter from the right side. From the left side, hitting an anemic 136.
Base hit up the middle on the very first pitch. Collins singles to center.
All pinch hitters look first ball fastball. They don't want the pitcher to get ahead, and Collins took the first ball fastball right back up the middle. And the bullpen up and going now as Dave Collins singles back through the middle.
Fastball right down the middle, too. And here comes Joe Altobelli out now. They got Williams down to the bullpen. And Lancaster as well. Sutcliffe has pitched 7 brilliant innings. And just talking to him, now Altobelli trots off the field. There you get a look at Lancaster and Mitch Williams.
Winningham, an accomplished bunter. With that in mind, Vanslav very close at third base.
He's going to bunt. The pitch is low. Oh, he bunted one over Sutcliffe's head in the 6th. And it looked like he was going to go for a hit. But Sean Dunston made a great diving catch of it. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And Jeff Richardson, the rookie shortstop, is next.
Pete Rose flip-flopped his batting order with Joel Youngblood and used him, say, at third base. Dibble would still be in the game, and the Cubs are pretty happy he's not. He was firing rockets tonight.
There's ball 3. And now things really. Winningham's looking down at the third base coach, Dave Bristol.
You've really got to take this pitch and make Sutcliffe throw one over. Right now, he's a tiring pitcher. The Reds trying to take advantage of it.
Strike call. 3 balls and a strike. Lee May, the first base coach. Dave Bristol, the third. Dave Collins, very fast. The throw to first, runner back.
Up play by Damon Berryhill, because he realized when Vance Law had to come in to make the play with Dunston going to second, nobody was at third, and Collins can run, so Berryhill sprinted to the third base bag and made sure that Collins could not advance.
So now the tying run is at second base, and Madison is going to be the pinch hitter. Joe Altobelli, who do you think he's talking to? Probably to Don Zimmer. He was kicked out of the ballgame earlier. Madison will be the pinch hitter. He singled the left here the other night.
Madison hitting .208, 1 for 5 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. And dangerous Eric Davis due up next. Jose is trying to shield Joe Altobelli, who's leaning over by the bat rack.
He should show that, Arnie. You know that Don Zimmer is calling the shots. Here's Madison. He's out of Pensacola, Florida. Now lives in Nashville.
He was originally signed as a catcher, but he's played the outfield and infield in the Cincinnati organization. And with 24-man roster, you have to be versatile, and Madison has shown the Reds he can be that.
1 ball, no strikes. A little bit wide, ball 2. Madison played with Detroit in '85. He was in 6 games. He was in 2 in '86. Played 7 with Kansas City in '87, 16 in '88. Well, he's been around. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a drive into center field, way back is Jerome. He makes the catch. Here comes Collins, advancing to third after the catch. Madison flying deep to Walton in center. And here is Eric Davis. He has fanned twice and he has walked. What you worry about, a tiring pitcher. He's gone 7 2/3 tough innings. He's allowed only 4 hits. He has fanned 7. But here's a man at the plate with a bat who could ruin his ball game for him.
And you also have to worry about Rick Sutcliffe trying to get a little extra on the breaking ball that's been so good tonight and searing it in the dirt. Berryhill has picked a few out of the dirt to save a couple of wild pitches, but he really has to be up on his toes in this situation.
Fastball high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Rick Sutcliffe. A magnificent ball game. He leads 1-0. Bottom of the 8th. Strike call, a fastball. He started him out with 2 fastballs. 1 high and inside, 1 for a strike.
That was a good fastball with Rick Sutcliffe reaching back for just about everything that he's got left. And he really popped one. Davis couldn't pull the trigger.
The delivery. There it goes, way back. No doubt about it. Home run. One too many. And Davis gives the Reds a 2-1 lead. His 26th home run of the year. His 74th and 75th RBI.
That was a bomb. Another fastball. Sutcliffe tried to sneak by him. And he hit a rocket to left field. The fastball was down and not up. It's not a place you want to throw Eric Davis. Watch the location. He wants it up and in, and he gets it down and in. And that's where Eric Davis can drop the head of the bat on it. And he hits it a mile.
He hit it about where Dawson hit one the other night. So now it's 2-1 in favor of the Reds. Boy, you just have that feeling. Here's Griffey. 1 ball, no strikes. Dawson will lead off for the Cubs in the 9th. Watch his swing at the low fastball.
It's the one thing you fear to Davis.
As soon as he hit it, he knew it. 2 balls, no strike.
Sutcliffe was beaten by a late-inning home run in San Francisco off the bat of Kevin Mitchell when he seemingly had things well in hand with another perfect ball game against the Giants. 1 mistake too many tonight so far.
That's it. Throws over to first base. At the end of 8, Cincinnati 2. The Cubs
1. Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our 2 most popular SUVs. The always adventure-ready Pathfinder and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. From our U.S. factories to your driveway since 1983. Now get 2.9% APR on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
As a pulmonologist in Los Angeles, I never imagined dying from lung cancer and a failing liver. I'm Dr. Gary Gibbon. With days left, I came to Northwestern Medicine.
Home to a first-of-its-kind program, Gary's team devised a unique plan to simultaneously perform his double lung and liver transplant, the first ever on a lung cancer patient.
Northwestern Medicine is doing the extraordinary, and I'm living proof.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
At Clark and Addison and everywhere, rep the North Side whenever you pay with a Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks. It's a great addition to your fan gear. And check out the perks. Free ATMs, no monthly maintenance fees, and best of all, a $300 opening bonus. Show your Cubs pride with every purchase. Your team, your card. Scan now or visit wintrust.com/Cubs to open a Cubs checking account today. Wintrust, proud to be Chicago's bank.
3, 2, 1. Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery.
back at Riverfront. John Franco coming in to relieve. Rolando Rooms is playing left field. Collins is playing third base. Stays in the game. Quinones shifts over to shortstop.
Madison at third.
Madison make that.
And John Franco looking for save number 26. 3-5 with a 2.48 ERA, and the way he threw in the first ball game Tuesday night when he threw 2 scoreless innings. He is in very good shape at this point of the year.
Here's Andre Dawson, 0 for 2. Walked in the 6th. Facing Franco. Franco shooting for his 26th save of the year. The pitcher of record for Cincinnati is Rob Dibble. Ground ball to Quinones. Throws the first. He's on board at Benzier. Another fine pickup.
Quinones has had all kinds of problems throwing the ball tonight, but once again, Todd Benzinger saves it. Watch the play by Benzinger. Shifts his weight in the dirt. He's got to backhand it, and he comes up with a tough stop.
Here's Barry Hill with 1 out. 0 for 2. The Reds lead 2-1. Swung and he missed. Pitch is outside. Boy, oh boy, you talk about tough ball games. But Sutcliffe has been in. And he went out for that screwball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They measured Davis's home run at 431 feet.
That's not his longest of the year, although that was long enough.
2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a high fly ball, and Eric Davis is there. 2 gone. Law
against John Franco when he pitched on Tuesday night, and Franco let the fastball get inside a little to him, and he hit it in the left field close to the line.
Fine pitching on the part of the Reds. Fine pitching on the part of Sutcliffe. 1 mistake. Unfortunately, to the one man who could cash in on it. One of the leading home run hitters of the National League, Eric Davis. Two balls, no strike. Law, 1 out of 3. Sean Dunston next. Outside corner. Ball 3. Well, how about a base on balls, and Sean makes that Shonometer rise again. 3 balls and the strike.
Law can get on. We'll probably see a pinch runner for him. And Dunston might be able to score the run on a double.
Strike 2. 3-2. If things go the way they're going, the only team that will gain will be the Cardinals, who didn't play tonight or today. They'll pick up a half a game.
person, I believe.
Wilkerson's going to run for Vance Law. And here's Dunston, who's 0 for 3. Boy, the Cubs, until Davis hit that home run, figured to pick up a full game on the Mets, a full game on Montreal, and a half a game on the idle Cardinal. The Giants still lead Montreal 10-5 in the 7th. Swung and a miss. Wilkerson, the runner at first. 2 out. McClendon will be the pinch hitter next if Dunston gets on. 0-1. He's trying to jerk one out. White Sox are leading in their ball game over Texas. Franco. Almost a wild pitch, a good save by Jeff Reed.
Reed's been very good behind the plate tonight, saving 3 would-be wild pitches.
Madison playing deep in third, guarding the line. Base hit. We're still alive. Wilkerson stops at second base. Nobody wants to challenge Eric Davis's arm any more than they'll challenge Andre Dawson's arm. And there's the Shawano-meter up to 274.
Lloyd McClendon, the pinch hitter, and a meeting at the mound between Reed and now Scott Breeden coming out and John Franco. So McClendon comes into this one hitting .299, 3 for 9 with a home run and an RBI as a pinch hitter. And nobody up in the Cincinnati bullpen. When you've got a stopper like Franco, he's your man. Lancaster and Williams continue to heat up, and what a shame it would be if Rick Sutcliffe does go down to defeat in this one after making just one mistake, pitching a brilliant ball game. But the one man who is paid to beat you, the one man who usually hits home runs in this lineup, is the man who so far has put Cincinnati ahead.
There's McClendon. He's familiar with this field. He was with the Reds last year, you know. Another good save by Jeff Reed, the boy from Joliet. Has caught one fine ball game. The tying run at second. Go ahead, run at first. Ball 2. Jerome Walt would be up there next.
Rolando Rooms with a pretty good arm in left field, inserted in the ball game for just a situation like this if McClendon does get a base hit. Winningham an average arm in right field, and Davis a very good arm in center.
Ball 3. 3 balls, no strike. 2 out, 2 on. McClendon. John Franco with a 2-1 lead here in the 9th. He swung at 3-0, and he fouled it back. good pitch to hit and had a good swing. Three balls and the strike.
Pretty good idea to turn a home run hitter loose, and the fastball was there. He just got under it.
3 balls and the strike. The pitch. Ball 4, the bases are loaded. And here's Jerome Walton with the bases loaded. He already has hit in his 27th straight game tonight. He comes up with the bags loaded.
Walton has been very aggressive during the course of this streak. He has not looked for the base on balls, as you would expect with a hitting streak. But this is a different situation. He's got a man on the mound who hasn't located the plate. So he's got to show a little patience, unless Franco can lay one in.
Franco has 3 wild pitches. Low inside, ball 1.
Franco had a wild pitch to lose the ball game against Houston in the Astrodome. So it can be done, and that one almost got away from Reed.
1 ball, no strikes. Bases jammed. Smash, base hit. 1 run in. Another man's going to score. The Cubs have taken the lead. The man is outgoing from second, McClendon. But Jerome Walton's base hit gives the Cubs the lead. 3-2. And Walton again comes through sensationally. And listen to the Cub band.
America is blessed with countless servicemen and women who have bravely fought on our behalf. They've paid the price in body and spirit so we can enjoy our freedom.
By joining the military during a very active period of war, I absolutely went into it with the idea that I could die. Both my legs were amputated due to an IED that I sustained while I was deployed to Iraq. I mean, I'm still here, so there must be something more.
Far too many struggle to get the care and benefits they earned through service and sacrifice. Disabled American Veterans is a lifesaver for our injured heroes. They help service members of all ages get the help they need, but they can't do it alone.
There were moments of frustration where you can't do this anymore, you can't go here anymore. I absolutely felt like I lost some of my purpose.
I'm asking you to join me and other patriotic Americans and donate only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day. Your monthly donation will help veterans like Nick Kolchar. For 100 years, DAV, Disabled American Veterans, has been fighting to keep our promises to our injured heroes each and every day, ensuring that our sons and daughters get the care and assistance they deserve. You'll help them get the financial and medical benefits they've earned and receive the care and emotional support they need. When you call or go online right now with your pledge of just $19 a month, we'll send you this DAV blanket as a way you can share your support of our brave veterans. Join me and other patriotic Americans and support DAV. For only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you can say thank you in the most meaningful way. Please call or go online to helpdav.org and donate now. Thank you, and God bless you.
We had 3 regular guys try Harry's for the first time.
Wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, there it is. Smooth.
And told them an 8-pack of refills is $17.
Wow. I have to switch razors.
Get started for $7 at harrys.com/shaving.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
The Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
I'm Nico Horner.
Pretty well stopped. Out of here.
You're watching Marquee Sports Network.
When you're up north, you'd better be down for some fun. Because summer in Eagle River, Wisconsin
means packing your summer with lakes, trails, food, lakes, whatever this is, friends, family. Fill your summer with fun. Plan your trip to Eagle River at eagleriver.org.
You're watching Cubs Classics presented by Prevagen. Let's get back to the action.
We go to the bottom of the ninth. Here's the hit that puts the Cubs ahead. A solid single to left. 1 run's in. 2 runs are in. And McClendon is out going into third.
And the man who was put in for defense in left field fumbled the ball that allowed Dunston to score without a play. Jerome Walton with his 38th and 39th RBI.
All right. Benzinger is 1 out of 3.
Williams has fallen behind 2-0.
Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes.
Williams in pursuit of his 31st save of the year. 2-2 with a 1.35 ERA.
There's a strike call. Ramos is playing third. That's the only change on the infield. A high pop foul back. 3-2.
Lancaster and Wilson throwing in the bullpen.
Boy, oh boy, what a night for an exciting ball game.
All with 2 outs in the 9th inning and nobody on base. The Cubs come up with a couple of walks, a couple of hits, and another clutch effort by Jerome Walton.
There's a line drive base hit. Come on, Mitch. Benzinger singles to center. The tying run at first. Quinones now turns around to bat right-handed.
This is his power side. 7 of his 8 home runs have come as a right-hand hitter.
Les Lancaster and Steve Wilson in the bullpen. Quinones throw over to first. Benzinger has stolen 3 bases. He's going to bunt. Ball low. Quinones looking down at Dave Bristol, coaching him third.
Joel Youngblood in the on-deck circle.
Strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Youngblood will bat for Jeff Reed. In the 9th, the Giants still winning. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Second.
And Joel Youngblood on the pinch hit. Youngblood hitting .229, 6 for 27 with 2 RBIs as a pinch hitter, and almost a .300 lifetime batting average against the Cubs.
Youngblood hitting .228 with 2 homers, 12 RBI.
Joe Oliver in the on-deck circle.
One out. The Cubs are leading 3-2. Each team with 6 hits. Strike call. Hold everything. The tying run at second base. Mitch Williams trying for save number 31. He held up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2, a slider over the inside corner. Joel Youngblood. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pitch. He struck him out. 2 men away now.
Now an interesting situation because Pete Rose doesn't have any left-handed hitters left on the bench, so he brings in Joe Oliver. Don Zimmer not here, ejected from the game. Joe Altobelli running the ball club. He's going to leave Williams in the game.
I think they're going to walk. Let's see. No. There's Sutcliffe. Strike call.
Oliver hitting .283 this year, 1 for 2 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. He does not have a home run. He does have 7 RBIs. And there's a look at Rick Sutcliffe, a man who can still win the ball game.
Strike 2 swinging. 0-2 the count. 2 out. The Cubs, if they can get this guy out, will gain ground on everybody. The Cub fans are on their feet. 0-2. The pitch. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow. Cubs win. And Mitch Williams, look at that. Is that a happy ball club? Look at Andre Dawson. Intercepts. Jerome Walton coming in from center field. And Dwight Smith in left field. Let's watch this reaction of Rick Sutcliffe. Whoa! He wanted this one. He wanted it badly, and he deserved it. Is that a happy ball club? And what tremendous pitching they've been having. And I guess Don Zimmer in the clubhouse can't wait for his team to get in there. What a game to win. Eric Davis put him ahead with a 2-out, 2-run homer in the 8th, 2-1. And then Jerome Walton with the bases loaded and 2 out, singled home the tying and the winning run.
That does it for this edition of Cubs Classics presented by Prevagen. Thanks for watching.